Welcome back to Reshaped by Loss, where we hold space for grief, healing, and the questions we don't always have answers to. I'm Crystal, your host, and if you're here today, you don't have to be strong. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just come as you are. Today's episode is for the question so many of us have whispered, cried, or even screamed. Why me? Why this loss? Why my child? Why my family? Why my life? Why did this happen to me? It's a question that can sit in your chest, heavy, unanswered, echoing in the quiet. And if you've asked it, you're not wrong for asking. There's this idea sometimes, especially in faith spaces, that we shouldn't question God. But when you read scripture, you see something different. David asked questions. Job asked questions. Even Jesus on the cross cried out, my God, why? So this question, why me, is not a lack of faith. It's evidence of relationship. I've asked that question too. Why me, God? But if I'm being honest, that question didn't stop there. It became, why my son? And then it went even deeper. I started re-examining my life, wondering if I had done something wrong, if there was something I could have done differently. Was there something I missed, something I should have seen? I found myself asking, God, why would you take my son when there are so many other people in the world, people doing wrong, people causing harm? And yet, this is what I was left with. Those were the thoughts, the questions that didn't feel polished or pretty or even easy to admit, but they were real. And maybe you've had thoughts like that too. Questions you weren't sure you were even allowed to ask. But grief has a way of taking you to those places. And over time, I had to learn that my loss was not a punishment, and my pain was not proof that I had done something wrong. But here's what I've learned. Grief doesn't always get an explanation. And as much as we want an answer, as much as we search for meaning, sometimes heaven is quiet on the why. Not because God doesn't care, but because some pain cannot be explained in a way that makes it feel okay. And slowly over time, my question began to shift from why me to God, where are you in this? Because maybe the healing isn't found in getting an answer, but in finding His presence. The truth is, God may not always explain the pain, but He will meet you in it. He will sit with you in the questions. He will stay when it doesn't make sense. He will hold you when there are no words left. Sometimes the hardest part about why me is not just the question itself, is that it doesn't go away quickly. It lingers. It shows up in waves, on random days, in quiet moments, in places you didn't expect. And just when you think you've made peace with it, it comes back again. And that can be frustrating because part of you wants to move forward, but another part of you is still trying to understand what happened. And that doesn't mean you're stuck. It doesn't mean you're not healing. It just means you're human. Grief doesn't allow you to follow a straight line. It circles back. And sometimes so do the questions. There came a point for me where I had to face something really hard. I might not get the answer to my why, not in the way I wanted it, not in the way that would make it all make sense. And learning to live with that was its own kind of grief. Letting go of the need to understand and learning to trust God even when I didn't. And that doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. Some days you'll still ask why. Other days you'll find yourself saying, God, I don't understand this, but I'm going to trust you anyway. Because one thing grief can quietly do is make you question more than the situation. It can make you question yourself, your worth, your decisions, your past. But your loss is not a reflection of your value. And your pain is not proof that you failed. You are allowed to have questions and still be held. You are allowed to not understand and still be loved. You are allowed to grieve deeply and still be healing. So if why me is where you are right now, you don't have to rush past it. You don't have to clean it up or make it sound more spiritual. You can bring that exact question just as it is to God because He can handle it. Why me may not get a clear answer, but you are not alone in asking. You are not alone in this. God is not distant from your pain. He is present within it. And even here, He is holding you. As you go, remember, you are not broken. You are being reshaped. Take what spoke to you today and leave the rest. Be gentle with yourself. Healing isn't linear, and neither is grief. If this space feels safe for you, I invite you to subscribe to Reshaped by Loss. That way, you'll know when new episodes are released. And subscribing helps this space grow so that others that are grieving can find it too. Until next time, this is Crystal, reminding you that you are seen, you are held, and you don't have to walk this journey alone. Shalom, shalom.